Well, the Howard Stern show on Sirius XM is set to be cancelled. Now, he was reportedly on a contract of $100 million over 5 years. He's previously said that he hated anyone who voted for Donald Trump and demanded that they stop listening to his radio show, and turns out they did. And he also had this charming message to anyone who was hesitant about the COVID jab.
We're going to stop putting up with the idiots in this country and just say, it's mandatory to get vaccinated. F them, f their freedom. I want my freedom to live.
And here he is interviewing a barely functioning Joe Biden, absolutely gushing over him.
I know you'd be a good father to the country, and I want to thank you for providing a calming influence, an organized administration post-COVID, getting that vaccine out, getting NATO, getting us to feel comfortable, standing up to Putin. I don't know what people are looking for in a president, or maybe it's that people don't feel like they're getting enough or something. I don't know what it is, but I'll give you your greatest hits.
What stands out to me looking at that clip is just how distracted Joe Biden looks there. Remember, we used to see so many images. He just looks so confused, not really sure if he knows what is going on. But looking at the comments of that clip that's been written up online, people say that he's worse than what's on MSNBC. What's your reaction?
I think you're exactly right. And I think not only the people spoke, but so did the free markets, right? This guy was paid $100 million to spew unfounded lies and to gaslight America about the health and mental acuity of President Biden. And I think people were sick and tired of it, and they were frankly fed up. And he's gone the way of Colbert. He's gone the way of Jim Acosta. And I got to tell you, Gabriella, this is exactly what I voted for these people in the media who have lied to the American people for almost a decade now about the state of affairs in this country, to finally be given an unceremonious exit. And I gotta say, I think a lot of people are happier today than they were when Howard Stern was on the radio spewing his nonsense, lies, and vitriol.
Well, speaking of people with severe TDS, Jasmine Crockett says that Donald Trump has a problem with people of color. Listen to this.
This is a person that has a problem with people of color, period. I don't care how many black MAGA out there with their hats. I want to be clear, when we look at who it is that he's kicking out of this country is people of color. When we look at who he always disrespects and says that they are low IQ, even though when you look at his cabinet, this has to be the most incompetent cabinet we have ever had in the history of this country.
And I doubt she got a lot of pushback from CNN there.
Not at all. But that's, of course, part of the course for that failing network. But here's what I'll tell you about how President Trump cares and treats black people. I'm someone who's been to the White House on many occasions. I've been to Mar-a-Lago, his personal home, on many occasions. If the man didn't like black people, I don't know if that'd be the case. But let's not talk about just that. Let's talk about what this president has done for the black community. This is a president who delivered criminal justice reform. The first black president didn't even do that. This is the president who's invested billions of dollars into historically black colleges and universities here in the United States. This is a president who continues to deliver for black and brown communities every single day, not because of the color of their skin, because he believes that a rising tide lifts all boats. And so when Jasmine Crockett goes on national television and spews her hate and vitriol, all she's doing is exposing her lack of knowledge about these critical policy wins. And if she would be more concerned about actually serving the people of her district and making a fool of herself on national television, I think the people of Texas would be a lot more excited to have her as their congressman.